Palm Springs Tower, Skylane, Papa Hotel Tango, Mike is 10 miles north of the airport at 3000 with information X-ray for a full stop, landing 13 left if that's available.
Papa Hotel Tango, India Mike, Palm Springs Tower, Squawk 6250.
6250,
Papa Hotel Tango, India Mike, Palm Springs altimeters 2985 radar contact, about 10 miles west of the Palm Springs VOR. Presently landing runway 31, you're requesting straight in for 13.
if that's available, yes please.
Remember, correction, Papa Hotel Tango, India Mike, make straight in runway 13 left and clear to land. Wind is 0905.
Clear to land, runway 3 left, Papa Hotel Tango, any Mike, thanks.
Palm Springs clearance plus 4658 is type PC12 slant golf, request clearance to Vegas S-file.
Plus 4658, Palm Springs clearance. Good afternoon. Unable to give you S-file, I'll be forward step. Plus 4658 is cleared to the Las Vegas Airport. VFI Cathedral 1 departure procedure to Palm Springs. Victor 370 to 29 Palms. Victor 538. Cresto. Join the Cresto through arrival. Maintain 7000. Expect flight level 2405 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 126.7, squawk 6316. Plus 4658, reback is correct. Tango to Mike, taxi to ramp via echo remaining this frequency.
Taxiing to the ramp via echo, remaining on this frequency, Papa Hotel Tango, any Mike.
Ontario Tower, Cessna 237 Charlie Alpha, approximately 4 miles to the west, inbound to land.
Number 237 Charlie Alpha, roger, inner left traffic. Left downwind runway 26 left, report base.
Enter left downwind 26 left and McQueen base, 237 Charlie Alpha.
Charlie Tower, United 242, on the visual for 20 right, will be turning for a right base shortly.
United 242 John Wayne Tower, runway 20 right, clear to land, wind 170 at 3.
Clear to land, 20 right, United 242.
Panama Tower, King at 228 Kilo, ILS 4.
Near 520 Yankee Kilo, Palomar Tower, runway 24, clear to land, wind 210 at 11. Number 237 Charlie Alpha, runway 26 left, clear to land.
26 left, phase to land, 7 Charlie Alpha.
Palm Springs run plus 4658 eastern, fifth weather, going for taxi.
Plus 4658, Palm Springs ground, runway 31 right, taxi via Echo and Bravo.
Trail right via Echo Bravo 465.
Riverside Tower, good morning, November 2903 Alpha, with you on the islands.
Number 2903 Alpha, Riverside Tower, good afternoon. Runway 9 are clear, low approach, report to miss.
November 2903 Alpha, low approach, runway 9, next report is
Palm Springs Tower plus 4658 ready to go, trail right at Bravo.
Plus 4658, Palm Springs Tower, runway 31 right, clear for takeoff.
Shift takeoff to run right plus 465.
Panama Tower,
Hey guys, welcome, good morning, good to see you all. MiniWebs, well, we'll join a bit later, might also join PilotEdge, good. We can fly together. Hey Kimo, good to see you. Leo, hello guys.
Cessna 7 Charlie Alpha, clearly active.
We're going to do something cool today. Again, PilotEdge is not online until 5 here in the afternoon here in the Netherlands. It's currently 11:30 in the morning, so we can only do non-towered flying. But that's fine as well. I'd like to practice some crosswind landings. So I just set my own weather, about 12 knots crosswind from the east, and we're going to do some basic traffic pattern flying on thermal, which I think is really exciting. And also because I just bought myself, my t-shirt. Guys, what do you think?
03 Alpha, contact SoCal departure.
Isn't it nice?
contact departure.
Let me see. We are now GPB 500 proof in terms of scenery. Apparently, I was kind of like the only one in the flight sim community, the X-Plane community, to know that there's actually a great scenery developer for X-Plane, specifically for the Southern California region, who made the made a couple, I guess 20 or so gorgeous airport scenery for X-Plane. And also for Burbank. As you know, in the previous stream, we arrived at Burbank, which was kind of like distracting and confusing because these taxiways are really, really weird. Or to be more precise, there aren't really any taxiways, at least not the ones that I needed to. Because I was arriving from this runway and I departed here, I exited here from the runway and I needed to cross the runway at night. And there were no lights guiding me to the other side of the runway here, so I got totally lost. If you like to see me get lost and get into trouble, look for the previous stream, you'll know. And I thought, well, perhaps with some new scenery that might be resolved, but no, actually this is the case. In Burbank, there seems to be no real taxiway here going to the other side. This is just a free taxi ride without any taxi lines, which was quite confusing. But I was searching for new scenery and I bumped into GP. I also got a slide here prepared, by the way. Let me hop back and see if that works with my scenery. Yeah, and then I can... No, I don't want to hear the tune again. Also not that tune again. Let me see. I prepared this slide. Yeah. So GPB500 is a user, also I don't know if he's a streamer, but he's a user also at the xplane.org website. And what he has done is build these incredibly detailed Orbix-like airports for many airports in the Southern California area region. Including Burbank, but an entire list, as you can see here to the right, Giza, Palm Springs, San Luis. So what I'd like to do to start off with today, because I didn't find any good videos, well, John Fly has posted a video with some drone angles of 2 airports that he made, but I'd like to dedicate this stream to showcasing those airports because they are just gorgeous. So we go through the entire list, and also provide you just a plug here for this wonderful scenery. How you can get it is quite, well, weird, I think, because I never heard about the scenery before, and even when I was searching, I couldn't find anything. And so there is this, I learned from John Fly, from others, from Chemo also, that if you just email him and say, hey, dude, I know you've got some wonderful scenery, I'd like to purchase that, then you'll get a download link. You need to purchase. It's a one-time purchase of $50. You get all the airports, but also including all the updates and any new future releases. So that's actually very, very cheap, and it's really detailed as I'm going to show you all this scenery. So it's really, really a good deal. And I would say as a PilotEdge user, it's a must-have. This is really Orbix-like quality. It's nothing that you've ever seen. It's also blended into ortho scenery. It also includes its own ortho scenery, but you can disable it or enable it. So it's really, really pretty. It includes all updates. It includes all airports. You just pay through PayPal. You get an immediate reply by GPB, and you get a download link and some instructions on how to install it, which is just the same kind of install as you would through the .org website, just putting your folders into your custom scenery folder, and that's it. And you need some libraries, but he provides some links, and that's it. It's just great. So a shameless plug here, $50. GPB, thank you for the follow. And that is something that I would like to start off my stream with, just to show you. Let's go through all the airports and just have a look. It's also just nice to look at airports. Afterwards, I'm going to do some crosswind traffic pattern flying at thermal, which also includes here in the list, or also is part of this list. It's also a very nice scenery, airport scenery there, and we're just going to do traffic pattern after traffic pattern to nail a forward slip landing. Which I think is really exciting and also very educational. So that's the plan of this Saturday morning, which I'm really, really excited about. Mystery, good to see you as well. And TV or T Victor, good to see you. Does anyone know if VFI or VetSim have tutorials for beginners? I don't know. I do think that they have a website where they explain some basics about VFR and IFR flying. But I would really recommend to hop over to the PilotEdge YouTube channel, because Keith has also made some wonderful, very, very dense educational videos on VFR and IFR flying. So if you're into just learning about that stuff, I would suggest to hop over to that YouTube channel. Anyway, so GPB 500, you email him and you say, hey, I'd like to have that scenery, and everything goes from there. So if you're interested in the PilotEdge area and in wonderful scenery, this entire list, and this list will be expanded over time and will be updated. This is the man to contact. So, having said that, and I don't need that announcement, we are currently at Burbank, made by the same guy. It's Greg, by the way, is his name, so I will refer to him as Greg. And as you can see, wow, it's very, very detailed. So let's just fly a bit around, guys. If you'd like to see anything of any particular airport that I'm visiting in the stream, let me know in the chat so I can zoom in and let you guys know. So lots of airplanes, also wonderful models of airplanes, also custom hangars, really, really pretty. I also like this green off taxiway kind of areas, which you will also see in other airports. So it's not the same kind of boring, repetitive textures that you would normally see when you download airports from the custom or the free airports from the .org website. Still, there are some very nice free airports as well on the .org, which are comparable to this stuff, but this is really number one for me. It's really, really pretty. Yeah, Kimmo, you're right. Greg is not finished with this airport yet, but as you can see, it's already quite complete to depart from or to fly towards. It's great. Also, very nice textures of the runway, as you can see, and as you can see, ortho in between these grass chunks. You will see also on Palm Springs. It looks really, really pretty. What I also like is the FBOs that you will also see on other airports. So the actual Million Air, as you can see, terminals here, ramps here, which is great. If you contact ground, you're going to say, well, where do you like to park? And you say, where do you like to park? And you can say, well, I like to park at Million Air, or well, what are the other FBOs? Atlantic, for example. You will actually see those buildings, those FBOs, on the airport, which I think is not only nice and pretty, but it's also practical. Wonderful hangars, and I think this is actually the real thing. It wouldn't surprise me if this is actually what the hangar looks like at the airfield. So he's really doing some nice research there. Let's see. Also like this stuff. Again, I think this is also very realistic in Burbank for real. There's also a white chunk here of taxiway and runway, which is great. Cars. What he also does, I think, is he also incorporates, as you can see, a lot of autogen or some buildings that are quite characteristic for the area around the airport. So I also noticed that there are some stores, some other buildings here that are part of the Burbank area. So if you are familiar with this local airport in the real world, you can also use the same visual references, which is, again, is just great. Go a bit quicker here. Just to get some nice shots, and we'll move on to the next airport in the list. I mean, look at this. It is really pretty. So this is Burbank. So here are the terminals. As you can see, my crosswind here. Flags. Trees, cars, buses. And it's really nice, tucked into ortho real, and that really excites me. Bob Hope Airport. So it's really tailored. It's really custom made. Fly quietly. Voluntary curfew in effect. Interesting. Well, these kinds of details. It's really, really nice. All right, that's Burbank, guys. Would you like to see any particular part of Burbank yet before I move on to the next list? Let me see, that was Kiza, I believe. Chemo, terminals are so close to the runway at Burbank. Yeah, they are, which is nice. I mean, and also because these airports now look so much more pretty, I think, comparing to my default scenery and also the custom airports that I had, I would be also much more tempted to visit these airports, even when they might show a little bit daunting as a Charlie class airport or so. They really look nice. Let me see. I've got the list here. Okay. So we'll move on, guys. If you want to see any particular bit of the airport, let me know in chat. Next up is Giza. Santa Ines. And as you know, and MiniWebs fixed this already with the free Giza airport from his SoCal pack. Greg here has made his own, and that's already a correct version. Again, it's a simple airport. It's a small airport, but it looks really, really nice. Yeah, we need to, we'll be looking at loading screens quite often here, but I think it's nice. So we're currently in a hangar, and in this particular hangar, I've got runway contours on, so that's why we're a little bit here banked on some slope. Let me see. Whoop. And here we are. And as you can see, particularly here, you can see how well the runway fits in with the photo reel. And again, this photo reel is provided by Greg. Also here to the north side here of the airport. It's really, really pretty, I think. Nice ramp. Also a nice fueling station here. It's so much more pretty. And again, this is a relatively simple airport. But I think it's really, really nice. And I also think with Aquadulce that he's also made, what we're going to look at soon, he also fixed, I believe, some of the weird terrain that we were experiencing in one of the previous streams. That mountain that was just in front of the runway, which had a really sharp slope. I think he also fixed that, so that's great. Yeah, Mystery, it really looks pretty. I totally agree. And also a nice hangar there that's open. And this is the real thing. This is actually what Giza looks like. Nice. Toy box. But again, also providing its own ortho reel here, which is very great. And also, I love this place, by the way, guys. Mature Gamer, thanks for hosting, man. Thanks. I mean, look at this photo reel here. This is such a nice area to fly. And Santa Barbara is on the other side, which we will also look at because he also made that one. Anyway, Santa Ines. Nice. Very, very pretty. Next up is... Oh yeah, there are some airports here that he made that are not really part of the Southern California airports. So those are also included. I guess just a couple, which would be the next one on my list. So we're going to skip that one. I'd like to go to Palm Springs. I'm just going to cover the Southern California area because that's the area where I'm mostly flying in PilotEdge. Yeah, I don't really care where we're going to start. Confirm, start flight, start flight. Palm Springs is also gorgeous. It's already reloading on my side here, but on the stream it says that I need to press a few buttons, but it's reading new scenery files here. Palm Springs, let's have a look. Very, very pretty. Again, Atlantic, FBO. But also I have to admit that the free version of Palm Springs, which is not by Greg, but I think by someone else, I don't know for sure, is also already very, very pretty. There's a little bit more detail to this version of Palm Springs. I also like the ground here, which is quite characteristic with these plants of Palm Springs. They're also on this side, I believe. Yeah, which is really desertly-like. The terminal, obviously, very nice. Also characteristic of Palm Springs. And also on frame rates, I don't notice anything. It's just as quick as always. So it's not really a heavy load. Again here, nice car park, tower. Here's also a GA ramp. It's really, really nice. Palm Springs. And again, as you can see, including some ortho, so that you're guaranteed that it always fits in. Here with the terminals. And again, this is my own photo reel. And as you can see, it's a little bit other, it has a little bit of a different color intensity to it, which I think is fine. But I really like how this stuff is included in the airport, with the airport as well. That's the museum, I think. Palm Springs Air Museum. Ah, Kimo, yeah. So it's also Greg's version that's free on the org, right? Which is also quite pretty, I think. It comes well, naturally, it comes very, very close to this version. I think this version is a bit more pretty, an updated version of the airport, which you get also when you buy into his scenery pack. But I think really, really nice again. And again, what's also striking me, also as part of all of his scenery that he makes. Custom-made scenery building, so it's not the same kind of repetitive thing. He actually tries to build the same look and feel of the airport. So that's Orbix like, I think, which is really, really nice. All right, that was Palm Springs. Next up, I might got a list here on my mobile, but it turns off every now and then. Let me see. Santa Barbara. Oh, but that one is also beautiful. Santa Barbara. Start new flight. Start new flight. Loading. And again, after this, we go through the entire list. There are about 10 or 15 airports to go, which is really nice to see. And then we're going to do some crosswind pattern flying at thermal. Because no stream without flight training here on the Uncertified Pilot channel. So Santa Barbara, again, look at this. Very nice, custom made. And there we are. All of these trees, again, ortho. GA there. You can see, again, the actual Santa Barbara tower. Terminal here. On that side, it's nice. This is not nice. What is that? This is some weird buggy thing that we should let him know. As if we were not allowed to taxi to that side. Well, again, you can see stuff is still in progress, and as far as I know, these updates or fixes are provided very quickly, which I also like. So it's not just a build that is there and now the developer has gone. He's still actively working on this stuff, and there are constantly updates, which is really, really great. So this is something that we should poke him about as well. But it looks really nice, don't you think, guys? I think it's really, really pretty. And again, here you can see Atlantic, which I also think is nice. So that when you taxi to Atlantic or Signature, you can actually see the FBO. Again here, provide a lot of ortho, high detailed ortho. Very, very nice. Okay, next up, we're gonna go to San Luis. Again, I think then that Greg also made the free version of San Luis, because that one was also very pretty, and it's kind of like the same as this one. It includes a little bit more detail. Let me see. That is KSBP. Let's just go through them all, especially for those who are now watching on YouTube who are interested in getting some really high level, high quality scenery for the Southern California area in X-Plane. It's nice to have an overview, because I couldn't find that by myself, so I thought, well, let's dedicate a stream to those airports of Greg. Kimo, yeah, scenery really adds to the experience. I totally agree. Miniwebs, I've had that glitch multiple times, Tim, but it is usually caused by other players' aircraft. Oh, that's weird. I'm not on PilotEdge or something like that, so Well, perhaps it's just the view that I'm using right now. That could be. San Luis. Again, ortho. Nice buildings. Tower. Hangars. I mean, again, these kinds of details. It's really nice. I've also been flying with Mireille, by the way, yesterday night again. Just really nice. So I'm not forcing her to do anything other than just enjoying flying. And she's really getting the hang of it. So as soon as she feels like streaming again, she will, guys. She's still very curious to learn more about flying. Again here, nice small hangars. It's really pretty. So San Luis is also included in that package. You can see also some ortho again surrounding the airport. I think also again some buildings and some watermarks, which are also included, just as these are also characteristic of the San Luis area, which is also nice as visual reference points. Again, this is all my own scenery, right? All this photo reel, but it's just the local area here, which is great. And also when you download a package or a zip file, you see, well, you get a huge download. And for many airports, you can choose whether you like to have the ortho of Bing or of Google. So you can really make it all seem like one connected, coherent kind of photoreal experience, which is great. Hey, Sniper, good to see you. Yeah, I'm doing well. Happy Saturday. How are you doing? We're just doing a showcase of Greg's scenery package that I just discovered yesterday. Well, actually, I guess pretty much every streamer here in the flight sim community was already using his scenery. I didn't know that actually existed, and I couldn't find any videos, so I thought let's just dedicate my stream here to showcasing that scenery. This is San Luis, but again, guys, I think it's really pretty. Let's move on. We are going to John Wayne. Oh yeah, that's also very nice. John Wayne. Let's go. Sniper, yeah, good. Good to know, Sniper. Cool. Was it on the explain.org? Well, Greg is on the explain.org, but there isn't, at least to my knowledge, not a link or text suggesting that he actually also offers a premium package of scenery, high quality scenery. So once I discovered that he actually offers that, I thought let's dedicate a stream to that. So you just need to email him and say, hey, I'm interested, and you'll get a download link if you pay $50 for the pack. And it includes all the future updates and also future releases, new releases of airports, which is really actually quite cheap, especially given the... I mean, look at this, guys. John Wayne, do you see? Look at these terminals. And again, the ortho here. Look. It is awesome. If you are a PilotEdge... Oh yeah, guys, and I'm not using full autogen here. So that's because I like to have max frames per second also while streaming. I'm also streaming on the same computer. So even if you crank up the settings here, you would see many more buildings, perhaps also on the airport. But even in this setting, which is actually quite low, you can see how detailed it already is. Look at that. Yeah, that's true, Chemo. So officially it's donationware. But I think he also includes its own buildings, because many buildings are custom made. Cessna authorized service. Very, very nice. Also on the other side here. Atlantic. Again, that's what I also like. about these airports that you can now actually taxi to and then I can know where it is. Fuel pump. Let's have a high up view. Look at this. Isn't that pretty? I think it is. And there's the Papa Hotel Tango Any Mike. John Wayne, guys. John Wayne. Look at these scratches and marks. Very, very nice. Okay, that is John Wayne. Let's go to thermal where we're going to fly soon. Change location. Thermal's also very pretty. Start new flight, start new flight. Let's have a look. Thermal's also a very pretty airport, a non-towered airport. Actually, would be my... I think Bermuda Dunes would be my second most favorite airport. Palm Springs is my first. Thermal comes close. I just love this area. I don't know why. It's deserted, but I love the mountains. You've got a bigger airport. You've got a smaller airport. It's just nice to fly at. Thermal, guys. Also very, very pretty. Signature FBO. Look at that. All kinds of trees. Fuel pump. And also the runways. And again, ortho. Activity. Look how nice that blends. So here's what we're going to fly in a few minutes when we did the showcase. We're going to pick this runway, the longest runway. And I've got wind set coming from this side going to that side, about 12 knots. And we're going to practice crosswinds, forward slip landings, which I'm also looking forward to do. But isn't that pretty? Look at that. As if it was a photo, which it kind of is. Very nice. Yeah, Kimo, you're right. Really long taxiways. So that also is why I prefer to take runway 17 here, because that will be a short taxi here. But it's also a huge airport for a non-towered airport. Also big RAMs, big airplanes. Okay, let's move on. Next up, as part of the package, is Delta or Bermuda Dunes. That's why I started my my first. Oh no, that wasn't true. That was Oceano. Thought that was my first traffic pattern on PilotEdge. Again, Bermuda Dunes, custom buildings. Also including the surroundings of the airport. And again, also the free version on the org, which then should also be part, or should also be owned by, also made by Greg, is also already quite pretty. But this one includes a bit more detail. Also on the ramp, I see the textures are a bit more detailed. The buildings have a better shade or something. It's more polished. Very cute airport. And very close to Palm Springs, which is over there. Again, these buildings are also very characteristic here. Alongside the runway. FedEx. A lot of attention to detail here. And again, ortho reel. Ortho, photo reel. No run up, no run up. It's the building where you enter. So again, also more detailed, high resolution photo reel. Pretty. Pretty, pretty, pretty. That's the word of the day. Next up, Lima 52. Oceano, the airport where we all started on PilotEdge, especially now with the CAT ratings with Cat 1. So that's an important airport as well, which I also think, I don't know if that's true, but if all the airports included in this package are the airports that you also would fly to doing the CAT ratings, which is also a nice incentive to buy. Also would be a nice rule to follow for Greg to build more airports so that you can do all the CAT ratings and I ratings with really detailed airports. Minimaps. Okay, Tim, I'll be heading over to Thermal from Palm Springs. Roger. Yeah, sure, Minimaps. You're free to join. We can just do some group traffic pattern flights on Thermal. And any one of you guys, if you are listening now, viewing now, watching now the stream, and you have PilotEdge as well, like to do some traffic pattern flying practice, hop over to Thermal, and we'll be flying with a couple of us there. Which make it a lot more challenging, I expect. But you're free to join, as always. Oceano, small airport, but again very pretty. You see the photo reel, fuel tank, some characteristic buildings. Again, I didn't put my autogen is not to the max, so that's why it looks a bit deserted here. So it would look much more dense. Crank up that setting. But still, without that setting even, it looks very, very cute. I think. Small airport, but a very important one for the PilotEdge network. Oceano, yeah. Here is where most people make their first radio transmissions on CTAF on PilotEdge. Special place where memories are made. Okay, Oceano, next up, guys, we're gonna go to... Also still in Goose is Banning. North of Palm Springs. Let's go. Sidebar, UncertifiedPilot, have you looked at the taxi instruction that Marcus gave you on the night flight in the daytime to work it out, or do we think there was an error? Yeah, I did look at it, and also now with the new scenery, also Greg made Burbank. The airport layout, the actual layout of the airport is a bit weird. So there's no taxiway that I could follow that would cross me over to the runway and eventually to the GA ramp. So I should have just prepared, I guess, and look at the airport diagram to know what Marcus was talking about. It was I've never had that confusion before. So I think the layout is a bit was just a bit weird. But with good preparation, I could have avoided that mistake. What's this one? Banning, obviously Banning. Also in this very nice valley here. So Palm Springs is over that side, over this huge mountain. And again, here's Banning. Not a huge airport, but a nice one. And again, with photoreal, a lot of drone traffic here. I think it's it's not the busiest airport, but if you like to practice traffic pattern flying with drones that don't care about you, try Banning. And again, you can see how nice the photoreal of Greg here for this airport fits in with mine. I mean, I don't even see it, the transition. Look at this. Nice train passing by. So a really nice airport as well, and an important one. Let's move on. We're still not there yet. All includes the package. Lima 70, Aqua Dolce. Start flight, start new flight. So, okay, cool, that makes sense. Didn't think he would have given you a Dove route. No, he was right on the money as usual. I wasn't prepared. And also I think the airport layout is a bit weird. Aqua Dolce. The characteristic red, brownish hangars. Again, a very small airport. but very, very nice. And this was the hill that I was talking about earlier. So with the other airport that, or the previous version, I guess also the free version on the York, this mountain was not correct in that it sloped around here, very, very steep, and it was almost impossible to approach the runway here of 22. So that is fixed as well as part of this scenery package. As you can see, some photo reel again. It's getting quite repetitive, but it's good to mention because I think that's a really important feature of the scenery pack. Very interesting, small ramp, cute airport tucked away. Some very nice photo reel scenery. That is Aquadulce. Also some ramp over there, interesting. That's the frequency on the runway. Is that for real? 1 to 2.8, that's a CTAF. So, yeah, I guess the Aquadulce owner doesn't like Nordo traffic. And just likes to display, this is the frequency. Get on the frequency or don't come in. Even though you're totally legal to land in a non-towered airport. If you don't have a radio. Even though that's dangerous, it's legal. Aquadulce, let's move on to the next airport, and that is Palms. Now I had some problems with 29 Palms also in the previous stream with the ramp, which had a different elevation than the actual ground elevation. So the ramp textures caught me off almost while I was texturing. Well, that is fixed here. 29 Palms again with a nice desert-like plans here, which really adds to the setting. Nice props, cars, airplanes, ramp, and again, photo reel. Look how nice that fits in. How well that fits in. And again, even with photo reel, this is my photo reel. Deserts are gorgeous. Feel like flying here again, guys. I guess thermal would also be very nice in a few minutes. Okay, that is 29 Palms. Let's go to, we're still not there yet. Lima 88. New Kuyama, also part of the CAT ratings. Again, very, very simple airport, but it's included. Kimo, yeah, that's real. That was the frequency of Aquadulce. Sometimes it also has the name. Yeah, I know. I thought that Oceanside had that as well. But it's funny to see the CETA frequency on the runway. I didn't know that they do that, which kind of makes sense. Okay, New Kuyama. Woof. Yeah, this is a very basic airport, but again, it is here. Solar panels, look at that detail. He just made that stuff. Look at this. I mean, this is Orbix-like fun. Just small, characteristic details of an airport. I think that's really, really neat. Even though this is a very simple, abandoned, well, not really an abandoned, I guess, but far away airport. Also, this stuff is added, some props, some visuals that you would expect nearby. Look at this. Wow, wow, wow. Some snow there. As you can see, this photo reel was made in the winter times. Here's the airports. Very, very pretty, even though it's such a simple runway, a simple airport layout. Next up, we're going to go to Burbank. Well, we already looked at Burbank. KBWG, that's bounding. Is that in our place? I don't think so. No, that's not in the Southern California area. Then we got Camarillo, also very nice. It's a little bit southeast of Santa Barbara at the coast. A Delta airport, which is also nice that we should visit. And I guess that's the last airport. Yeah, that's the last one. Here it is. Look at this. It was the airport that I made a picture of on my Instagram yesterday. Like saying, whoa, I just discovered Greg's scenery. Look at those details. Oh, Steve Knievo might be knowledgeable of this particular hangar. Camarillo aircraft. So every airport has its own presence, its own spirit almost, like in the real world, which I think really makes an airport. Not the same repetitive object libraries that are being used. I guess some objects are used. Every airport feels on its own. So nice. Again, the ramp here. No, I didn't, Kimo. Was it also part of the... Did I miss about that? Oh yeah, well, I'm looking at your list that you posted in the Discord of the Uncertified Pilot channel. But you're right. That's also a folder that I can recognize. We can look at that as well. And there are some airports that are not part of the Southern California region, and I only also use the global scenery of X-Plane only for the some part of the states with the Southern California associated with the Southern California area. So for some airports, I don't have any textures at all, no mesh at all. So you will see the airport just floating on an ocean where there's no scenery. So I'm only interested in the airports. I mean, look at this. I mean, it's a boring building, but I expect that this would actually be the actual building that you might find here on Camarillo. Really, really nice. Let's have a more high up view. Again, look at the photo reel that's provided as well. Look at that. Very, very pretty, I think. Taxi. Huh, that's a weird... I guess that's a run-up area. Huh, with different spots. Never seen that before. What? My home flight simulator airport. Nice. Good to see you on the stream. So some nice ramps over there. Hangars. Let's have a quick look. Wow. Kasamba. Apparently that's there. Very pretty. Camarillo. Nice. Okay. What did Kimo say? Kimo said 49X. I don't know if I included that as well. We're gonna have a look. Perhaps I don't have that again, that global scenery there. We might end up in the ocean. And then we're gonna go to thermal, do some flying. Ah, this seems like part of the region as well. Because I see some photo reel. Again, very basic airports, I guess. No, this is not made by Greg. I cannot believe that that's the case. Or is it? I mean, yeah, there's not a lot of excitement going on over here. I mean, we've seen some basic airports, but this really is very, very basic. No, this is not that interesting. And the other one that you mentioned, yeah, KBLH, yeah, Blythe. But I think that's also not in the Southern California area, isn't it? At least there were some. Well, MiniWeb's made an airport pack for Southern California. I know, and I have that package as well. And some of the airports that Greg has made are a little bit more detailed. And so I replaced those. This seems like photoreal. Yeah, it is. Yeah, this seems very, very nice. Again, simple, but pretty. Also like the distinct textures here of the runway. Very nice. Also in the desert, as you can see, also this particular factory here that might be characteristic also as a local visual reference point when coming into this airport is also included, which I think is also very, very nice and practical. Same goes, I guess, with that stuff over there. Kind of transport company or something like that is also included. Very, very nice. So guys, that is, let me go back. We'll hear the sound, I guess, once more. Let's see. No, because I turned that off. All these airports that you've seen are included in the package that Greg sells. And it's hard to find them, so what you do is if you're interested in this package for $50, a one-time purchase, and it includes all updates, it also includes future releases of airports. He's a really busy guy, I know. Just email him. You can see the email there below and say, hey Greg, I've seen the airport package on the Uncertified Pilot channel. I'm interested. Tell me what to do, and he will guide you through it, and you will get almost an immediate response with a download link, and you get off. You can start flying on these beautiful airports. So this is a plug for Greg. Greg, keep it up and get a website going. Stream your scenery development on Twitch. Make yourself more well known. I know he told me that he was still busy on doing a lot of marketing stuff and preparations to do that. But still, I think that people should already be quite aware that these airports are available, especially when you're an avid PilotEdge user. Donationware, it is. Okay, so having said that, it's now time to fly. So we're going to go to Thermal, because that's the airport that I picked for this morning. Jacqueline Cochran. Locally, it's called Thermal GA ramp. Let's go to that one because I'm going to pick this runway. We can also pick that one. It's a little bit more close, but I like to have some taxi. Confirm. Clear, clear. I have set my own weather here because I like to practice crosswind landings. So I got a 12 knot wind coming from 090. You can also practice crosswind taxi. Ozzy, good to see you, man. Okay, there we are on beautiful Thermal at signature. Look at this, is so pretty. Okay, guys, switching over now to flight mode. We are currently at Thermal. So as you can see, that's a non-towered airport, or what I would rather say a pilot-controlled airport, because every airport is controlled, but this time the pilots control the airport by announcing on CTEF. Very nearby Bermuda Dunes, also non-towered, and Palm Springs. We've got an ASOS, so that's the ATIS-like frequency. You can see we're actually below sea level, 100 feet or so. And we've got a CTEF on 123.0. We've got 2 runways. Let me just select Thermal here, and so we get some extended taxi runway lines. Yeah, so we got 17 and 35. Well, let's fly a 17. I don't see any right pattern depictions here on the Cochrane sectional title here, so I presume it's just left traffic, which makes sense because when we fly left traffic on 17, we'll stay away from the other runway. Right now, always as part of a non-towered airport, it's good to listen on frequency to know what the other guys are doing. It's a pilot-controlled airport, so winds might change, for example, and still someone might be in a pattern flying, and I could say, well, I'm just going to choose 17 while 12 is being used here, and you can imagine that's not a safe thing to do. So it's always good to listen in on the frequency, but I think that no one is here talking about frequencies. Let's also connect to PilotEdge. Even though PilotEdge controllers are not
Connected
online right
to
now.
PilotEdge.
Here we are. And guys, feel free to join in on Thermal here today and do some traffic pattern flying with me on runway 17 if you like. Okay, let's also look at the airport's facility directory. At the remarks. Well, not a lot of remarks. Airport remarks. Attended. Blah, blah, blah. Runway 17. Blast pad both ends. Well, that's about it, I guess. So nothing that we need to look out for. It's just a perfect airport, I guess, just to do some flight training. Okay. That's about it. I mean, it's just traffic pattern flying, so it's going to be very, very basic, guys. Chemo 15 knots, so should be good. What's the crosswind limit? Oh, that's your question. I don't know. I think it's more. There's a difference between a personal crosswind limit and a structural one for the airplane. And I think in the POH, 15 knots is mentioned, but I guess you can also, and that's you also should think in terms of vectors. So if the vector, the crosswind vector, really perpendicular to your airplane direction is 15 knots or exceeds 15 knots, then you would say it's a too strong of a crosswind for us to handle with the Cessna 172. So still you could have a 20 knot crosswind or 25 nautical knots wind, even if it's slightly a headwind crosswind kind of vector, your perpendicular kind of vector there could still be less than 15, right? And you still be able or legally able to fly according to the POH. So it's really the vector that you need to think about before you depart with your Cessna 172. Okay, let's sync first. There we are. Let's fasten our seatbelts, as we always do. Door is closed. Parking brakes are set. Life vest, as presented, is there. Fire extinguisher in the green. Doors closed. Windows closed. LT is set to auto. This stuff we ignore. Flaps are up, and they also are actually up. My mixture works. My throttle works. My trim works. My fuel tank's already set to both. Cutoff is in. Alternate is in. And all these circuit breakers are nicely tucked in as well. My switch panel works too. Why is my beacon light not on? There it is on. Good. And avionics is still off. Perfect. Then I'm going to test my flight controls to the right. Good. To the left. Okay. Elevator up, down. Trim works. And my rudder work as well. Batteries on. We've got enough fuel. Again, our magical 16 gallons still in our tank. Avionics on. Good. They all seem to work. I'm going to set those soon. Shader messages work. Perfect. You can see already on the indicated airspeed here, the wind coming in from the east. It's a little bit gusty, but that's good. So that wind is coming into the pitot tube, right? What we could do also already is set the heading bug for the runway. But because I'm practicing crosswinds, and especially because we've got a significant crosswind component here, it's also useful to set the heading bug on the wind directions. And it's going to be a wind bug, and that was exactly east. So then I can more easily infer what kind of correction I need to use, right? Okay, that is set, and let's start the engine. Fuel pump on, mixture on, 1, 2, 3. So there's engine now in the engine pipelines. Throttle a bit in, parking brakes are set, fuel tank set to both, and avionics should be turned off before we do this. Are we clear? Is the propeller area clear? It is. Clear prop. Mission switch back to both, 1200, oil purchase in the green, generator on, rise in the ammeter, lean for ground, something like this. 1000, avionics on. No need to turn on mode C here, but I'm just gonna do that. VFR, we don't need navs, but we do need frequencies, and that was 123.0. Come on, 123.0. To the active. Good. Let's listen to see if there's anyone flying right now on PilotEdge, because we need to know what runway is active. Otherwise, we can choose ourselves also based on the wind component. AI Smokin', teach me something. Well, just listen to the stream. I mean, there's so much to learn about with flying. Even for me, as a more advanced, I'm not even that advanced compared to the other streamers here on the flight sim community, but I've made some progress through my training by now, and it's incredible how many nuances and details and stuff is so important. Even the small things really determine whether you made a good flight or not, and that just goes with time. And also what I think is that the fun of flying, especially flight simming, is the learning bit. So I also expect, but I'm also hoping that there will never be a time when I don't learn anything new from any flight anymore. Every flight can teach you something, or remind you at least of something that's very important that you might have forgotten. Okay. Strobe lights on, and we don't need anything else. I don't hear anyone on the CDF frequency. TrackIR on. Let's go. Brake test, very important when we are very slow taxiing. Those work. Now, crosswind correction for taxi.
Thermal traffic at 92110, taxiing to the ground via Gulf thermal.
That was a thermal. So someone is taxiing as well. Thermal traffic. Sky Popper telling Mike is taxiing to 17 as well for close traffic. Thermal. Good. So thanks for the follow, Harlem. Thanks. So we've got someone else. I think that's MiniWebs. I don't know for sure. He mentioned that he would be flying as well. So that means that we need to stay careful here. Confirms 17. But there's someone else taxiing as well. Low taxi. Good. Slip indicator works, turn indicator works. As you can see, winds are now head on, and we don't need to use any crosswind correction with the Yoke for now. The idea is the reason why you need to do crosswind correction with your Yoke is because winds can be so strong on the ground that they can actually push you over, and you can counter that push over tendency by applying kind of counter force, right, with your Yoke. Now in this case, this would be just fine. But if the winds are coming from the right, for example, which they're gonna be, because we're gonna turn to the left here. Runway 17 is starting over here. We need to apply right aileron, because otherwise the winds that are coming from the right will tumble us over to the left here, right? So I need to use more right Yoke there to counter that force, or to prevent that winds flow under the wing and we might tumble over. That actually can happen. And not only, by the way, by crosswinds, natural crosswinds, but also when a helicopter comes over, or even a jet. It's important to be wary, especially when you have a light aircraft. So here we've got Alpha, or we are on Alpha, we're going on Foxtrot. Runway 17, right. Here we go. It's such a nice airport. Ah, I see some traffic over there. That might be MiniWebs. Thanks for the follow, Kiai. Thanks. Welcome on board. Now again, the rate by which you need to.
2110, taxiing to runway 17 thermal.
Yeah, which is great. So, how many times do you need to do an announcement on a pilot-controlled airport? Well, it kind of like depends. It's good to be as complete as possible. So also do your taxi announcement. However, sometimes CTAF frequencies are shared among local airports. So the same airports in the neighborhood use the same CTAF, and thus the frequency can be quite filled with announcement by pilots, right? And then it's better just to reserve time on the most important announcements, and I would skip taxi in that sense. Perhaps also all of the legs of the pattern I would not use. It's kind of a bit like common sense. There's the other traffic that might be MiniWebs. Nice. Also, what's really nice that PilotEdge now offers really HD objects of airports. You can see it's a high resolution airport or airplane. Also the lights work, the gear would work. No, well, Cessna doesn't have a retractable gear. It's nice that those elements are animated as well. Again, engine is warm, mixture full in. Let's do a run-up test. 1800, no non-shaded messages there. Oil pressure is still stable. Everything is stable. Good. Left mag. Good enough drop. Back to both. Right mag. Good enough drop and comparable to the left. Back to both. We could turn on our landing lights to see if our battery is still able to charge. Well, that should be noticeable, but here in the stock airplane it isn't really. And we go full idle, which is a setting that we rarely use with the Cessna because we need to keep the engine warm. But we now like to check whether the engine doesn't quit on us. So if there's a throttle stop that's still working. Oil pressure is still there, no non-shaded messages. Good. Got a good engine. One last time. Our flight controls, because they are very important. Up, down, rudder. Good. Landing lights on, strobe lights on, trim is set, fuel tank set to both, mixture's full in, we're fully lit up, we're clear to go. Thermal traffic, Sky Popper Del Tango mic is departing runway 17, left close traffic. Thermal. Okay. See some traffic there in the distance. I think that's a helicopter, something else that is flying nearby. It's always good to watch out because this is a controlled, pilot controlled airport, right? Here we go, runway 17 confirms. Wind is now coming from the left. So I'm giving left yoke. There we go, guys. Full power. Whoa, I'm really being pushed here. This is a little bit too much, I think. While we're increasing in airspeed, I'm releasing that yoke correction. There we go. Now, if I stay on this heading, as you can see already, I'm being pushed to the right. Can you see? Because we got a crosswind. So I need to crab because a traffic pattern should be flown, a rectangular pattern should be flown on a ground track. It's not heading based. It's track based. And this is why with flight training you do turn around a point, S-turns and that stuff. So you can fly ground tracks based on crosswind components. So now I'm a little bit crabbed to the left so that we are getting that rectangular push. I'm waiting for 700 feet here. Something like that. Let's make that turn. Thermal traffic, Sky Popper Del Tango mic is turning left crosswind runway 17. Thermal.
Downward traffic, Cessna 2110 departing runway 17 left, close traffic airplane.
Okay, so Miniwebs is starting as well. Here's our 17 to the right now. We now have a headwind, so we don't need to use any correction. Again, crosswind or downwind is clear. No, it's not clear. I can see some other traffic there. Need to stay wary of that. Thermal traffic, Sky Popper Del Tango mic is turning left downwind runway 17 for touch and goes. Thermal. Okay, 17 is coming up. Now we've got a crosswind. So I should have stopped my turn now a little bit more early because we now need to be crabbed to the right here, right? Right? Because we're getting pushed now to the left. Where's that traffic? It's over there. I don't know if you guys can see. No, let's focus here. Come on, a little bit less power. Need to be below 100. I should be turned a little bit more to the east here to correct for that wind. There's the runway. Miniwebs, where is he? All we're here is announcement soon. 1 notch of flaps. Again, keep that nose to the right, Tim. Because we're getting pushed to the left. We're getting
Thermal traffic, Cessna 2110 turn left crosswind, thermal.
left crosswind. Good. So what's happening right now, and that especially increases with more people in the traffic pattern, is I'm not only aware of my airplane in the traffic pattern and what I'm doing, I'm also aware of what the other guys are doing. And I'm thinking ahead. We're creating a shared system here. And that makes traffic pattern flying on an untowered airport, and also on a towered airport, by the way, potentially very challenging, also exciting. Okay, here we go. still not on downwind yet, Miniwebs. I didn't hear his announcement yet, so it's good.
Thermal traffic, Cessna
There he goes.
210 turning left, downwind for runway 17, thermal traffic.
Thermal traffic, Skyhawk Papa Hotel Tango Mike is turning left, base runway 17 for touch and goes, thermal. Okay, we're a little bit too high up, I think. We now have winds. Let me see, where's 17? There's 17. On our tail. No need to really do that much of a correction. We're in the white band slightly. There we are. So let's reduce our speed here. Where is the runway? There's the runway. Okay. 2 whites. Keep that speed within the white band, otherwise we rip off our flaps. Now we need to grab to the left again, right? The winds are coming now from the left. Now what you could do is not go 20 degree of flaps with a crosswind, because that will push you even more. Thank you for the follow, Major. Thanks. As you can imagine, right? So these flaps now also catch a lot of wind, right? So you can make life a bit easier by just using 10 degree of flap, but then your stall speed would also, well, you get the idea. So now we're clearly crabbed. Our nose is a little bit pointed to the left. Now if we land in this position, we skid onto the runway and we actually damage the wheels. So we should land, touchdown with a forward direction, right? And so we need to transition from a crab position to a forward slip while remaining on the center line. Now, and that's the whole exercise of today, because I didn't practice that before. But let's see. Here we go. Crabbed. What I'm now going to do is use right pedals but left aileron to point my nose. That was nice. Keep my right rudder in. Oh, this is too much wind here. This is a little bit unrealistic. I have full rudder pedal now to the right. Thanks for the follow. It shouldn't be that much of a force here on the ground. Thanks for the follow, 3 profits. Thanks, welcome on the stream. So again, I didn't use any crab position, so already the runway is left of me. I'm getting pushed away. So let's return to that rectangular shape. Ground track, that's what it's all about. Thermal traffic, Sky Papa Hotel Tango Mike is now on the upwind, runway 17, left close traffic, touch and goes, thermal.
More traffic, Cessna 2110015, runway 17, touching goes.
Alright, Miniwebs is on final. Good. Again guys, if you have a PilotEdge subscription, feel free to join the fun on thermal. I'm just doing traffic pattern flying here. $700 is coming up. Let's make that turn. Thermal traffic, Sky Papa Hotel Tango Mike is turning left base 17, touch and goes, thermal. Here we go. Let's just use 1,000. And there's 1,700. Kind of like a headwind. Nose down, less throttle. So now I'm going to make that downwind turn. Need to stop my turn a little bit early because I need to be crabbed to the east side, right? Thermal traffic, Sky Papa Hotel Tango Mike is turning left downwind, runway 17. Touch and goes, thermal. So there we go. So let's already stop over here. A little bit too early, but because the wind is pushing us to the left, we're now keep that downwind track on the road. Where is Miniwebs? Can I see him? Can I see him? Yes, I see him. I don't know, you guys cannot, but he's over there. Nice. Okay, oh, keep that nose to the right here. 1 notch of flaps. Good. What's also interesting or relevant, I think, when you do traffic pattern flying on an untowered airport, pilot controlled airport, is to do your announcements, your position announcements on the turn. So that's much more precise, because then the others know exactly where I am. So I'm not saying I'm now on downwind, because where on the downwind leg am I? Am I already at the end or at the beginning? That makes a lot of difference. So I'm doing my position reports when I make the turn, because then you provide much more information on where you are and what you're doing. And also, in the turn, you're much more visible to the other airport. There's much more surface being visible. Alright, let's do this again. Again, I think that the wind strength there on the runway is a bit exaggerated because I really needed too much of a pedal correction there to stay on runway. But hey. Thermal traffic, Sky Papa Delta Tango Mike is turning left, base runway 17, touch and goes, thermal. Keep that speed in the white band. Again, we got a tailwind now. Watch your flaps there. There's 17 to the left now of my heading indicator. Where's the runway? We're too high. Less power. Keep one eye on my airspeed indicator now while keeping the runway in sight. Good speed. Make that turn. Thermal traffic. Sky Papa Delta Tango Mike is turning final on 17. Thermal. I believe I skipped that announcement in the previous pattern. Again, traffic overflying. I don't know what that is, but yeah, so I need to overturn here because I need to remain crabbed. A little bit more nose up trim. And again, guys, if you like this content, it's flight training. I'm streaming my flight training here on Flight Sim. That's part. Well, that's what the spirit of the channel is. Hit that follow button. You'll be notified as soon as I fly again. You can jump aboard and help me improve my flying. Because I'm still very much uncertified. Okay, again, we're crabbed. Not good to land in this position, even though we could. There we go, right rudder. Left aileron to stay on the center line. Good try, Tim. Good try. Full right rudder here. Alright, crab. Keep on that center line. It was also a good exercise. Thermal traffic, Sky Papa Delta Tango Mike is on the upwind 17, left traffic, and touch and goes. Thermal. Is Alright, that's final. Good. Is to do a low approach. So to overfly the runway quite low, not landing, and just use the center line to learn about crabbing. And just to see if you can just flare over the runway, or just fly over the runway while keeping that ground track. But sure, so you're going for your license? Well, eventually, I'm using my flight simulator experience here to prepare myself for my flight training. I'm very curious to see how much quicker I will progress through that training while having all this flight sim experience. I'm now doing my V ratings or my CAT ratings on PilotEdge, all the VFR stuff. Thermal traffic, Sky Papa Delta Tango Mike is turning left, crosswind 17, touch goes, thermal. Which I pretty much completed already. And then I'm gonna go advance to IFR training as well. Okay, there we go. 17. Nose down, a little bit less force there. Good. TrackIR on. Traffic, good. Thermal traffic, Sky Papa Delta Tango Mike is turning left, downwind, runway 17. For touch and goes. Thermal. Keep the nose up. And complete my turn a bit early. So what we could do is pick this visual reference point, this lane, and see if we can stick on it. I set a ground wind. Perhaps we don't even have a wind on this altitude, but let me see. Well, we do. We're getting pushed to the left. Can you see? Need to grab a little bit more. One notch of flaps. Parallel with the runway. Keep that speed a bit in. Nose down trim.
Left crosswind, just left crosswind, yeah.
We're in a good pace. Mini Webs is behind me. He's catching up with me a tiny bit, I believe. Mature Gamer. Oh, so you've got Cat 11. Did my Cat 9 last night. Now, I don't have my Cat 11 just yet. As you can see in the right top corner, that's my current Cat rating. So I'm currently at 6. But I'm already quite familiar with what I need to do with Cat 7 and 8 and 9 and 10. But I still need to do those Cat ratings. And eventually then I will move towards the I ratings as well. which I'm really looking forward to.
Thermal traffic, Cessna 211 is on the left downwind runway 17 touching the thermal.
Okay, Minimaps is on downwind as well. Again guys, Discord. That's a server I set up for sane-minded, same-spirited flight simmers who are interested in using flight sim for serious training, VFR training, IFR training. So head over to Discord, follow that link, and you can hang out with me also off stream and with my flight sim friends. Also free downloads there of the A2A172, 182 checklist that I made, a student checklist. Thermal traffic, Sky Puppet Tango Mike is turning left base, runway 17, touch you go. Thermal. Alright, let's focus again. In the white band, good. 17, there it is. One notch of flaps. Keep that runway in sight, still a bit high, but okay. Nose down trim. We need to overturn this turn, right? Because we're now being pushed along by the winds. We need to stay in that crab position. So there we go. Watch that speed. Watch that speed. Good. Overturn. 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 And there we are. Nice. This is better. So now we end up in the crab position. Thermal traffic. Sky Puppet Tango Mike is on short funnel runway 17. Thermal. Mature, you streamed the cats? Absolutely. All the cats I've streamed already. Actually, I streamed my entire flight training up to now. So if you go to YouTube, and also here on Twitch, I believe I've uploaded the first episode, my first stream actually. So we're currently at flight 80.
Thermal traffic, Cessna 211 is turning left.
You can see how I made, how I progressed through all the cat ratings, but also my own training. Made a lot of mistakes, but also learned a bunch, obviously. And also just to show how fun it is to learn how to fly. And it's okay to make mistakes. I mean, I think that's even the fun of it. That you cannot land yet, or cannot navigate yet, or cannot talk with ATC yet. Okay, again, we're crabbed. Remove that crab. Full aileron deflection here. This is a bit weird. I can't even make it here, guys. Whoa. There we go. Again, crab position. Okay. What I'm
Thermal
gonna...
traffic, Cessna 211 is on runway 17 touching the thermal.
Thermal traffic, Sky Puppet Tango and Mike is now on the upwind 17 for close traffic left hand. Thermal. I was thinking about leaving the traffic pattern actually. First what I'm going to do, but it's a little bit difficult now in the pattern, but I'm just, if I'm quick, customize. Speed, let's put it to 7. Okay, apply. To leave the traffic pattern area, let's go to Bermuda Dunes. Which is just fun, which we can do. Bermuda Dunes is here. 122.8. 122.8, 122.8, and let's see if mini-webs will follow as well. 700. Thermal traffic, Sky Puppet Tango Mike is turning left crosswind 17. Thermal. He's now focusing on his landing, so let's wait a minute, and then I will announce my departure here. And let's see if he follows. There we go. Traffic to the right there. Also here on top. This power. Thermal traffic, Sky Puppet Tango Mike is turning left, downwind 17, thermal. Alright, shortcut that turn because we need to be crabs to the east.
Off the upwind for runway 17.
Alright, put some pressure in. Where is he? This mic is not that good, so it's hard to... Oh, there he is. Okay. Let's do our announcement. Thermal traffic, Skype Hotel Tango Mike is going to leave the traffic pattern area to Bermuda Dunes. Miniwebs, if you like, you can follow me along. If not, thanks for joining the traffic pattern. It's much appreciated. Thermal. Okay.
Sure, we'll follow along on over to Bermuda Dunes, SS2110.
Well, I didn't quite catch what he said. It's hard to hear, but I think that was positive. So what I'm going to do is go full power here and climb through the traffic pattern.
SS2110 is turning left crosswind for runway 174.
Keep my CTF on thermal because we're still in the traffic pattern right now. Let's go to 2000 or so. What a nice scenery, guys. Again, Greg's scenery. Look at the beginning of my stream to know how you can get this scenery as well. Donationware. Mystery, adjust the weather settings week. Yeah, but it was not that it was too difficult.
2110 is in the left runway 17. We're going to be departing the traffic pattern to the north.
Right, Miniwebs is following. It was more that it was a bit unrealistic how much adjustment I needed on the runway. Which I think is not that realistic. Okay, let's stick on 2000 and let's also mention that on the CTF here so Miniwebs knows what we're up to. Thermal traffic, Skype Hotel Tango Mike is now level 2000. We're going to go to Bermuda Dunes. This was our last call. Thermal. Let's switch to Bermuda Dunes. Keep my landing lights on because Bermuda Dunes is already there. What is that runway already? I don't know by heart. Thermal. That is runway 28. Good. Now we can go with a straight in, obviously. Here. You could just follow this road and then go straight in. But going straight in on a traffic pattern is not that good because you don't know if there's any Nordo traffic with no radio announcement. So it's always good to enter the pattern or even to overfly the field before you land because otherwise you have no idea. So what I'm going to do is enter the left base for runway 28. It's left, right? Yeah, it is. And the airport elevation is 73, so 1000 would be the traffic pattern altitude. Good. There's one thing that we need to... Why do we have flaps? We still have flaps. Oh, because I was in the downwind leg, obviously. Here we are. Some nose up trim. Not a big deal, but... Green Shadow, thanks for following. Welcome on the stream. So there we go. There's also another concern here. Palm Springs International Airport is over there. And the runways are also lined up this way. So we might see departing or arriving airplanes coming in from this side. So I'm not going to fly too much to the left here. We'll also do a announcement, by the way, for Bermuda. Well, we're currently 8 miles. Look at the bottom of my heading indicator. East. Going to enter the left base runway 28. Yeah. Bermuda Dunes traffic, Skype Hotel Tango Mike is 4 miles east of the airport, currently at 2000 and descending. We're going to enter the left base runway 28 for a full stop. Bermuda Dunes. Okay. So we need to stay vigilant here. No other traffic here because also on PilotEdge we can see drone traffic.
Immediate traffic Cessna 21100 is about 5 miles south east of the airport. And we're going to follow the other Cessna along then to the left base for runway 30, correction 28, runway 28.
Alright, so Miniwebs is also 5 miles.
Wow, June.
I think he's just behind us, and what's good to know is that he said that he would follow the Cessna. So I know that he's aware of me, right? So it's almost on a CTF that you are developing or creating, ensuring that all the pilots on the airport in the traffic pattern know where everyone else is. You're shaping situational awareness together. You're co-creating situational awareness. And that's why you're not only responsible for your own plane in the pattern, but you're also responsible for the others because you need to ensure for that traffic separation. Alright, 100 knots, so I'm already going for my flap 1 here, which we should set at our downwind leg, but we're not going to fly our downwind leg, so that's why I should already come in that position. Here's the beginning of the runway. Bermudians traffic, Sky Patel Tango Mike is about to enter the left base runway 28 for a full stop Bermuda. Could have also said that I was 1 mile out. Here we go. 1 Archer flap there, below 100. Bermudians traffic, Sky Patel Tango Mike is now turning on the left base runway 28 for a full stop Bermuda. Here we go. 28 is there, we're now 29, we're in the wide band, second notch of flaps, nose down, there goes our speed, no one is on final, can I see mini-webs? I see some traffic there, but I think that's not him. A little bit too slow here. There's the runway. Again, this is why I also love TrackIR, especially for VFR flying, that you're so much more flexible to look around in this way. Alright, again, another airport by Greg that we reviewed this morning. A little bit too high. Got winds again from the east, so that's going to be a slight tailwind. Okay, there we go. Bermuda Dunes traffic, Sky Patel Tango Mike is on short final 28, full stop, Bermuda. Too wide still. It's a small, it's a thin, it's a... How do you say that in English? Let me go, let me focus here. Okay, 2 reds. 2 red and a white Vazi. Here we go. Nose up, look at the far end of the runway and allow that airspeed to lead off. Good. Flaps up. Like these weather vanes or wind vanes here, or wheel marks. I'm gonna go to the far end here because I like to see mini webs land. Go. Okay, wind is coming from the east. So from our tail, as you can see with the wind bug or the Henning bug. So as soon as I turn to the left here, I need to apply the left aileron. There we go.
Bermudians traffic, Cessna 21100. We're gonna do overfly the airport at midfield at 1,500 and do a teardrop arrival for the left downwind for runway 28. Traffic.
Bermudians traffic, Sky Patel Tango Mike is clear to 8, Bermuda. He was a little bit too close to us. Can we see him? No, I don't. So he was really, really close, I guess. Well, we're gonna have a look as soon as we parked. So let's clean up the airplane. Flaps already up. Lean for ground. Landing lights off. Strobe lights off. And that's it. Mature, thank you for dropping by and have a good day, sir. Okay, so mini webs are still in the pattern while we are taxiing back. Very nice scenery. Well guys, that's non-tower traffic pattern flying for you. Also some en route flight there. It's really, really nice. And also it can be quite challenging, especially with multiple. Oh, there's mini webs. But that doesn't seem right. Or did he just make a circle or so, or is just doing his own thing? Because he should be pointed to the other side, I guess. I thought he said something about left traffic, but well. But it can be quite challenging flying on a non-towered airport, especially with multiple people in the traffic pattern. And it's all about that situational awareness. Not only for yourself, but also to make known to the other pilots what you're doing, so everyone can take into account what the other one is doing and create a safe system of flying. Oh, right, nice Piper Cup over there. I would actually like to park next to that one because we're yellow as well. Also inspired by the Cub. Because we are students, uncertified pilots. Good. we're not applying any crosswind correction. I did mention that on the runway, but I wasn't doing that at all. Ah, there goes some traffic. Could also be drone traffic, by the way, because I know there is some drone traffic over here.
Bermuda Dunes traffic Cessna 21100 on left down runway 28 Bermuda.
There we go. Nice. Okay, I'm gonna keep my avionics on. I will turn them off for now because we need to quit the engine first. And they need to be off because otherwise there might be some power surge there, might damage the avionics. But I'm turning them on right now so we can hear mini-webs. Okay, and we can release our parking brakes. And there we are at Bermuda Dunes. I think that's really exciting, guys. We're going to review the landing soon, but first we're going to look at mini-webs here. Again, wonderful scenery. And there we are, the two Cubs. I still think that mine is a bit more pretty. Don't you think?
Bermuda Dunes traffic Cessna 21100 is turning left base for runway 28 Bermuda.
That's mini-webs. Okay, let's set us up for a nice... something like here would be nice. Again, guys, look at this. All these props, fuel tanks. Okay, mini-webs, show us the money. Some traffic there behind.
Bermuda Dunes traffic Cessna 21100 is on final for runway 28 Bermuda.
There he comes. Thing should already be gone a long while ago. Sorry, guys. Laps in. There he comes. So you can see a bit of a headwind. Very slight crosswind component. Thanks for the follow, Pat. A little bit of a harsh landing. You can see a lot of crosswind, I think. But he made it. A safe landing is a good landing, they say. Nice with all these mountains here. And mini-webs has entered Bermuda Dunes as well.
Bermuda Dunes traffic Cessna 210 is runway 28 Bermuda Dunes.
Awesome. Again, mini-webs, if you're listening or rewatching this, thanks for joining the stream. Much appreciated. Makes the stream much more dynamic. It's appreciated. Thanks. Also, mini-webs has made the free SoCal pack of airports for free download on the .org site. Including many of the airports that you've been seeing here. This airport, this particular scenery you see here is made by Greg. But he has also optimized a lot of non-towered airports in the SoCal area. So if you're a PilotEdge user, check his Southern California scenery pack out on the .org site. It's for free and it's highly recommended. Ah, he's texting as well. Next to the Papa Hotel Tingly mic. Nice. Again, this is also a fun aspect of PilotEdge flying that you can do group flights as well on a professional network, which is great. Awesome. So, I still like to do some flying, guys, to be honest. Well, but what I could also do is, no, I'm not going to fly because, no, I already plan to fly tomorrow because what I'm about to do, or what I'm considering doing, is tomorrow evening to do again a very complex VFR flight in the LA area. We're currently at Burbank, so over here with my previous flight. And what I'd like to do is just a roundabout, just a circle. So our destination airport would also be Burbank, but I'd like to fly VFR fly without flight following through all of this Bravo, or not really through the Bravo, but avoiding all of this Bravo in a safe manner. Go to Hawthorne, which is this little airport, Delta Airport, tucked away under all of this Bravo, very close to LAX. do a touch and go there, so not a full stop, but we're going to fly from Burbank all the way around here to the east in some kind of safe way. We're going to go to Hawthorne, do a touch and go there, and on the touch and go, on the go, we're going to do the mini route transition through LAX. Which is a bit more complex than the other routes that are around. You see the mini route, you got the coastal route, you also got the Los Angeles Special Flight Rules area. That's the one that I streamed already, which was quite easy. No contact with ATC, you can just cross over with some instructions. But I like to do the mini route there. And therefore we need to chat with Hawthorne, we need to chat with the LAX tower with our little Cessna, and we're going to overfly the LAX airport as it's an actual real-world procedure on PilotEdge. Then we're going to fly through Santa Monica Delta and then head up north again to Burbank. Well, that's interesting and quite challenging, I think. I never did the mini route transition before. So I like to do that as well. And that's part of my first daytime crosswind flight here. And as you know, I guess, on the UncertifiedPilot.com website, my project website where I tell all about this flight sim training stuff, I'm assigning myself to all kinds of training flights, and this would be my daytime crosswind flight from one Charlie airport to the next. Then the next stream is going to be one at night as well. And then I completed all my training flights and I can focus on getting all of my CAT ratings, which I think is very cool as well. And then I've got my virtual PPL in a way. I did all my VFR flights on Flight Sim here, and it took me, well, around 90, I guess then, 90 episodes to get to that level, that skill level, and be very knowledgeable about ADC. And I've got some really nice flights in store to celebrate that achievement. And then we're going to transition. I'm going to transition to season 2 of my series, where I'm going to dedicate myself to getting my virtual instrument rating as well, which I think is going to be very, very exciting and challenging. I have no experience with instrument rating at all, or with instrument flying, IFR flying. So I need to study the PilotEdge workshop videos. I will stream that as well. So it's going to be quite dense and on topic as always. So if you're interested in this channel, serious flight sim training, hit that follow button and you'll be notified as soon as I jump in the cockpit and start to fly. The channel is really expanding. I really love your presence here, guys, on the channel. It's so great, and also learn so much about you and from you in terms of flying. So that's the plan. That's the Uncertified Pilot channel plan. And next up, I guess tomorrow, I'm going to do that really complex flight from Burbank to Burbank, doing a touch and go at Hawthorne, very close to the LX area, and then do that mini route transition if the weather allows. I'm always flying with real weather. Today, not, because I like to practice crosswind landings, which was pretty okay, by the way. Oh, we should review the landing. I'm going to do that before we stop our stream, because that's cool as well. But that's the plan for tomorrow. PilotEdge, disconnect.
Disconnected.
Of course, review the landing. Could I forget? So first, my landing's at thermal. That seems like a landing, but that was my first landing, I think. Was it? I think so. Yeah. On. Control P. Control P. So here were my legs. And as you can see, talking about being pushed off of the runway with a crosswind there. Very obvious here. And as you can see here, there was my departure to Bermuda Dunes. Everything else seemed about right. So, very significant crab into the wind. Nice. Hey, no pizza, no glory. Welcome on the stream. Meanwebs, just put a picture up on the Discord of us parked at Delta. Awesome. Thank you. Good. Looking forward to see that. Okay, here we go. So, crab into the wind. Need to remove that crab position. So here we go. Right rudder and left aileron. There we go. Right. So you touch down with the left wheel first. That's the idea. Yeah, it was okay, but still in a bit of a crab position. So there we go. Left wheel should be down. So left wing down. Yeah, the left wheel hit first. So that's okay, but it was still a bit crabbed. Whoa, what are we doing now? Play. I'd like to go a little bit further. downwind, base. Again, making that turn. Let's see if I overshoot the turn. Yes. Still already being pushed a little bit to the right here. Left aileron, right. There we go. Man, look at that. There we go. Nice. I love these camera views. Up Hotel Tango Any Mike. Again, crabbed. Removed crab, left aileron, left more. Good. Much better. Still a bit crabbed onto the runway. Yeah, this was silly. Really needed a lot of right rudder here. And again, you see how I'm being pushed off the runway here. And that's also very important to understand. And I didn't do that correctly in my flights here. Is to not remove the yoke left aileron when you land. So as soon as you touch down, you might have the tendency to just let go of the yoke because you landed right. But actually now on the runway you're taxiing, and you should with the taxi you should also apply crosswind correction. So it's very important, and as soon as you touch down with a crosswind landing, you slightly increase the crosswind wind correction with your yoke as you're slowing down, as you would with a invertedly do when you take off or do your takeoff roll. And that's not what I did. So I landed and I just let go of my throttle in neutral position, which I shouldn't, because that wind is still blowing on the runway. We might be tumbled over, right? So that's important. No pizza and glory. How much crosswind did you have? Yeah, what? That's correct. We had 12 knots, which should be okay, but on the runway it was quite extreme. Again. There we go. Remove that crab. Left aileron. Ooh, that one is nice. Very pleased. And again, full power. Let's see if I correct my departure right now. So up. Again, you see no aileron here. Now the aileron comes in. More. And there we go again. Okay, now we go to Bermuda. Again, this was our leg. Let's have a quick look here. So yeah, it made sense to enter the left base. Even though we could go straight in, it's good to enter a traffic pattern at a non-tower airport first, so you know for sure there's no other traffic there. Especially when you're on final, so that's good. Again, you see the traffic patterns here. It's good. Yeah, I've overshot just from base to final here. I guess, well, 2 times, 1 time. Okay, let's follow airplane again. Move. Where is Bermuda? There we go. Here we go in. Oh, we got a bit of a headwind, so not much of a crab. Tiny bit. There we go. All right. Nose up, nose up, nose up, nose up, nose up. Yeah, nice. Nice. Let's go a bit back. One more. There we go. Nice. Nice. That was okay. Pleased with that. Bit crap to the right, but that was okay. Now in normal speed, just one more time. There we go. Yeah, it was nice. Beautiful. Okay, guys, that completes the flight of today. I hope you enjoyed. I did. What we're going to do is tomorrow, if the weather allows, I'm going to fly with the Burbank route, right? From Burbank to Burbank, crossing all of that very dense airspace. I'm looking forward to that. And do the mini route for the first time, the mini route transition through LAX. So if you're interested in the Uncertified Pilot channel, hit that follow button and you can jump aboard. Also help me, perhaps you already did the mini route. You can see or prevent me from making mistakes there, because it's going to be quite new, and well, risk for errors are very, very much present. Well, thank you for jumping by. Chemo, thank you for being there. No Pizza, No Glory, thanks. MiniWebs, thank you for joining in on the stream and flying with me traffic patterns into Bermuda Dunes. It's much appreciated. Enjoy your day as well. Aitka, good to see you as well. Mystery, guys. Mature Gamer, thank you guys. You're very much appreciated here to see you here on the stream. Again, hoping to see you also tomorrow. Have a great Saturday, and let's see if we can make that Burbank to Burbank flight tomorrow. Happy flights, blue skies, and see you then. Bye. Palm Springs Tower, Skyline Hotel Tango, Mike is 10 miles north from the airport at 3000. Information X-ray for a full stop. Landing 13 left at that's vehicle.
Hub Hotel Tango, India Mike, Palm Springs Tower, squawk 6250.
6250.
Hub Hotel Tango, India Mike. Palm Springs altimeter is 2985, radar contact about 10 miles west of Palm Springs, VOI. Presently landing runway 31, so requesting straight in for 13.
That's it.
Correction, Hub Hotel Tango, India Mike, range straight in runway 13 left, and clear to land. Wind is 0905.
Clear to land, runway 3 left, Papa Hotel Tango, India Mike, thanks.
Palm Springs clearance, Pilatus 4658 is type PC12 land call, request clearance to Vegas as filed.
Pilatus 4658, Palm Springs clearance. Good afternoon. Unable to give you as found. I'll be forward standby. Pilatus 4658 is cleared to the Las Vegas airport. VFI Cathedral 1 departure procedure to Palm Springs. Victor 370 to 29 Palms. Victor 538. Cresso. Join the Cresso 3 arrival. Maintain 7,000. Expect flight level 2405 minutes after departure. Departure frequency 126.7, squawk 6316.
Pilatus 4658 is cleared to Vegas via Cathedral 1, Palm Springs, Victor 37029, Palms, Victor 538, Cresso 3, and initially climb 7,000, expect to cruiser after 5, departure 1267, squawk 6316, Pilatus 4658.
Pilatus 4658, free back is correct. Tango to Mike, taxi to ramp via Echo, remain this frequency.
Taxiing to the ramp via Echo, remaining on this frequency, Papa Hotel Tango, India Mike.
Ontario Tower, Cessna 237 Charlie Alpha, approximately 4 miles to the west, inbound to land.
Number 237 Charlie Alpha, roger, inner left traffic. Left downwind, runway 26 left before base.
Enter left downwind for 26 left and before you base 237 Charlie Alpha.
Charlie Tower, United 242 on the visual for 20 right, will be turning for a right base shortly.
United 242 John Wayne Tower, runway 20 right, clear to land, wind 170, heading 3.
Clear to land, 20 right, command.
Hub Hotel Kilo Island,
Air 520 Yankee Kilo Palomar Tower, runway 24, clear to land, wind 210 at 11. Number 237 Charlie.